Good evening, folks. Samson told Liberia Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again for tuning in to Liberia Public Radio this evening. We're here to do our own job, our public service job. The Liberia Public Radio is blessed to have Liberians as their supporters, to have Liberians as their listeners, and we're thankful and we're grateful. At the same time, whenever something is happening in our country, we feel the need to whatever assist in whatever way we can. And this program, of course, is going to be repeated later, but we hope to replay this, not replay, but we will go live on Saturday because the intent of this program tonight is for our brothers and sisters back home. But I'm not saying that you shouldn't turn into me as well. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate it. And let's get it started. Safety. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening for bringing you back here again. We want to thank you for your mercy. Thank you for your mercy of forgiveness. Thank you. Thank you for the blanket of the mercy to forgive us, my Lord. And we're still here. We want to thank you. We also want to thank you for whatever it is that you're doing for us, guiding us, blessing us. We appreciate it. You, my God, you are the only Savior that I have. You are the Father of me. Thank you. Thank you. Lord, you know the disease is out there. It's not quite over yet. But now we're having some serious issue in Liberia. And so I will ask every one of us, Liberia, to continue to pray for each other and pray for the country and the people of Liberia. Because this disease is getting up there. It's getting up there. And we're hoping and pray that we will do what we can to make sure that the disease gets away from us as soon as possible. Because we can't afford it. I don't believe we have the capacity. And if we do, we don't need to spend money on these kinds of stuff. If we have the being, let's spend money somewhere else to help our people. Lord Jesus, we ask you to bless the people of the Republic of Liberia and bless us, the Liberian diaspora. Lord, you know we have two tables. One table here in the diaspora to put food on, and another table back home to put food on as well. But because of your continued blessing, the fact that you have given us this opportunity, you continue to let us know, remind us by providing all of this blessing for us to make sure we carry out our obligation to our brothers and sisters, because you give us the opportunity, and so we're going to utilize that opportunity to help every one of us to move forward. And we're doing that, and thank you for your blessing. Lord Jesus, we ask you to bless the country of Liberia, bless the people of Liberia, protect them, bless the leadership of the Republic of Liberia, give them wisdom to do what is good for our people. Lord Jesus, we want to thank you, and please bless the country, the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, let's get it going. The news, I'm not going to get into politics here this evening, but the news coming from Liberia on Front Page Africa, it doesn't bode well. It doesn't bode well for our people. But the immigration officers that were fired, according to Front Page Africa, let in people with COVID-19 to just bring them in. This is, how can you do this to us? However, we will do our part. Let every one of us do our part. There will be people among us that will think that they can make money off of this disease. There will be people among us that will not respect the rule. There will be people among us who will think, say, they're above the law. I will leave that with they and their conscience. What we're going to do here on Liberia Public Radio is to continue to do a public service type of thing that which I'm getting ready to do tonight. I'm not a medical doctor, so most of the things that I'm going to be showing you here tonight, I think that I got from the CDC. And let me make one thing clear. CDC, Disease Control Center, okay? CDC, the people who here, Disease Center for Control, whatever they call them, but the United States, the disease, people who control disease based in America, they're not CDC Liberia, they're not SAO. I said CDC, so when you hear CDC or when you see CDC on my place that tonight, and that's sour. Don't come on here and tell me sour. That's not sour time. Let's work together. So, folks, Samson told LeBron Pop Radio, we're here again this evening. We're going to do our best. And let's continue to pray for one another. It's hot in Sacramento. I got air conditioning. I got 2 fans. It's hot in Sacramento. It's not easy. It's hot. Sacramento's always been a hot area, but it's getting hot. It's getting there. Right now, I would rather be in Town, even as hot Town, but I think I would take Town heat than to take this other heat here. I don't know where the heat coming from. Town heat, I know where it come from. Town heat come from Taiwan. So Taiwan, I've been drinking Taiwan ever since I was born. So I can tell where that kind of, but the other people heat, that civilized heat, I don't know what kind of heat is it. But anyway, let's move on. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Let's get it going. As usual, we have our president, folks, president of the Republic of Liberia, duly elected, 61.5%, Dr. Weah, president of the Republic of Liberia. Somebody called me the other day, a relative of mine, and with their disease going on, something, you still show the president is still a doctor. Of course he's a doctor, disease or no disease. He's a doctor, Dr. Weah. I say so. You can call him whatever we need you want, but I'm calling Dr. Weah. Who are you to stop me? Dr. Weah, president of the Republic of Liberia, duly elected. He didn't come to this position through the back door. But anyway, so I am member of Liberty Party USA, not Liberia. I'm not a member of Liberia Liberty Party. But whatever they're doing, if it's good for our people, I support it. If it's bad, I don't support it. So the fact that I've identified myself does not negate that I have the ability to go and praise the president if he's doing something good. My job as a Liberian is to see Liberia move forward. We will do politics 2023, but for now, especially with the kind of disease, my brothers and sisters, let's put politics aside and come together and make sure whatever we can do, each of us, whatever you can do, try your best to do that, because this disease is deadly. This disease is deadly. Even with this news coming from Monrovia with the immigration officer behavior, they will not finish us. They won't finish us. The disease will not finish us. We will continue to pray. God brought us through the war. We stay here. We will continue to pray. God is in control. So the lady can open the gate, the floodgate for foreigners to come in with all the disease and things. We will continue to pray for one another, and God will guide us. Okay, so let's go on. Let's go on, folks. Samson to LeBron Pub Radio. We're here again tonight to start some serious conversation. Okay, welcome. Yeah, put my settings. What is this? I gotta go fix something, my boy. No, I think I can fix it here, can I? I don't need to go over there. I can fix it from right here. The one thing about the technology I like about them, you can stay anywhere and do anything you want to do. What? Okay, now you're talking. See? Now you're talking. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm done. Doesn't take much. But anyway, folks, that's the day, these technology, you got to be able to play with it from time to time. All right. There we go. Okay, folks. Samson told LeBron Pub Radio, this is what I've been fixing. Okay. Um, we have a COVID situation in Liberia. Up to this point, since July 4th, 134 deaths. I think 4,118 confirmed case. And it's getting up there. It's getting up there. It's getting up there. But the intent here tonight is to explain based on information, and most of the, in fact, all of the information that I'm going to be showing you tonight, you can find them on YouTube. I'm just going to emphasize on them, not from a medical perspective, but from common sense. Because I'm not a medical doctor, but it doesn't mean I don't get common sense. Okay? Now, our people back home, we all know that. It's difficult for us to understand their behavior sometimes. But then the question I continue to ask myself, what if I was over there? I would have behaved the same way. I would have behaved the same way. We have a medical doctor on here last night, on Mr. Soul Show last night, where he explained to us, he's in Liberia, by the way, but his explanation was that Liberian, especially people that are in the medical field, most of them seem to be refusing to take the vaccine. And I'm not too sure if our brothers and sisters understand the importance of the vaccine. This vaccine here, it's something that protects you. They protect you from COVID. Besides washing hands, social distancing, and things like that, the vaccine also helps you. And so, if Liberia can get their hand on the vaccine, our brothers and sisters should be able to understand that it's very important. It's very important that we come together and be able to work and bring this thing down, because we cannot afford for this thing. That they play my thing not breaking, my own arm. That play that way breaking. Where I am my own arm, I can hear myself. Yeah, you see here, I can hear myself. I'm breaking up. So, folks, my CEO just texted me and said that my stuff is breaking up. So please pay attention to that. If it's breaking up, please let me know. If my stuff is breaking up, please let me know so that we can try to fix it. I know he has a mean. He can fix it from there as well. Okay? Folks, I just brought that lady knee out tonight. It's not my intent to discuss politics. Right now, we will discuss politics. But how are we going to even be able to do politics when our brothers and sisters are dying? So according to report and CDC, not CDC Liberia, your brother says Sao. Anybody you come on my park here tonight, you say Sao, you write Sao, I will block you. I don't get time for no Sao business here tonight. So when I say CDC, don't say Sao. Just say CDC USA. That's what I'm talking about. Not even the party. Center for Control Disease, something, whatever they call themselves, but CDC. Okay, so let's go on. So according to some of the video that I was able to get from CDC tonight, I'm going to be playing that. And Facebook, if you're listening, I'm not playing it to bluff. I'm trying to educate. I'm trying to disseminate. So don't block me, Facebook. Yeah, what I say? Facebook, don't block me tonight. I'm not here. I'm not stealing anybody's property, international part. I'm not doing that. I'm playing video to educate my people. You see the thing I got in my hand? See, Facebook, Mike Zabova, whatever you need, you see the thing I got in my hand? Don't play with me tonight. The thing, that strong thing here. Okay, folks, let's go. But no, on a very serious note. I'm going to play the first video I'm going to play. It's a very short video, but they're going to tell you how these things affect people. How the disease affect. I know many of you have seen these videos before, but I'm going a little bit deeper than that. Okay? So let's play the first video, then we'll come back on this. And the intent here again tonight is to let our brothers and sisters see these things, that this disease is real. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Do a social distance. Don't follow the politician when they're ready to get in the street. They get in the street, but 50, 60 people all close by. I'm not, please, I'm not even going to go there. But I'm just saying, do the best to save yourself. Because you politician, you find when a disease catch you, they can't help you. They don't have the kinds of medical facility that this disease can really, that can prevent the disease. They don't have that kinds of stuff in Liberia. When they get in the street, let them go by themselves. Some of them have already gotten a COVID vaccine. They're not telling you. So don't follow them. Respect them. They are our leaders. But that doesn't mean you should go in the street. When you get in the street with them, do social distancing. Wear your mask. The disease is deadly. I will show you a video here. And this video from CDC US, the Center for Disease Control. Okay, let me get this thing right. Center for Disease Control. They're not CDC USA. They're not CDC Liberia. Don't say SAO. If I see anybody here who say SAO, you myself will be for it. If I say CDC, you say SAO here, I will completely block you. Because I'm not talking about CDC, SAO. Yeah. So this video I'm going to be showing you, CDC, and they're telling us how the disease gets spread. Okay? I'll show you many more here tonight. Just watch. Samson to Liberia Public Radio.
The COVID-19 virus spreads mainly between people in close contact with each other. It spreads most easily in crowded settings, closed spaces with poor ventilation, or through prolonged contact with an infected person. This is because, as a person infected with the COVID-19 virus breathes, talks, coughs, or sneezes, liquid particles of various sizes are expelled into the air. Larger particles are called droplets. Smaller particles are called aerosols. You can contract the virus if infected particles come into contact with your eyes, nose, or mouth. Whether you are inside or outside, always maintain a physical distance of at least 1 meter from others. When you are in an enclosed or poorly ventilated space, the virus can spread more easily. In these conditions, aerosols can remain suspended in the air or travel farther than 1 meter. When you are inside, make sure to stay at least 1 meter from others. Wear a mask. Open a window to improve ventilation. And limit your time spent in these settings. To protect yourself and others, always follow these 6 precautions.
So there you have it. They're just telling us, when you go to the bank to get your money grant, you go to the bank to get your Western Union to get your money. If the people in Western Union or money grant don't have distances set, 6 feet, 3 feet, whatever, give yourself space. Give yourself space. The disease, according to the video that I just showed, and I will show you many of them here. They have, somebody, like I'm talking right now, they have droplets. They have aerosols. Now, droplets are the, you know, when somebody close to you, they're talking and they spit, and you can feel somebody like spit on you. Those are heavy droplets. Now, if the person have a COVID, when he's talking to you closely, the reason why they make that distance, they believe that as I'm talking, the droplets get out of my mouth. And I will show you here. I don't have the camera to show all of that, but I will show you the video. As the droplet come out of my mouth to go out, they believe if you're about 3 feet or 6 feet away from me, by the time the droplet gets to you, the gravity would have taken it down. And that's what this thing is about. The aerosols on the other side, according to the video, it goes around, still spread, but it's so small. But if you're not wearing masks and you breathe in the aerosols or they go through your eyes, you can get the virus. So that's the reason behind the distance, getting yourself a distance between you and people, according to them. Now, is that correct? Well, we're all human beings. Now, in Liberia, can we say, let's have this kind of distance among ourselves in the radical market? Or can we do that at red light? Can you imagine seeing yourself having a 3 feet distance at red light? I don't think so. I don't think that's possible. Because the people, the amount of people, the multitude of people, to be able to have a 3 feet distance. So in other words, if I'm sitting here or standing here, I need 3 feet ahead of me. I need 3 feet on my right. I need 3 feet on the left. I need 3 feet behind. You ever in red light? Red light, sometimes you're walking, some people, their feet can't even touch the ground because human beings. So your best bet is to wear masks to protect yourself. To protect yourself. Mask wearing is very, very important. And this young man doing his with style, I love it, Liberian flag. So that means not only the army going to protect him, but he's a patriot, and Liberian flag will protect him as well. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. And many of you who are in the field of medicine and things like that, we need you to start doing your own video. You don't need to wait for Liberia Public Radio. Do your video. Because you have an idea of how these things affect people. Many of you Liberians are in the medical field. Please, do as many videos as possible so that our brothers and sisters back home will be able to get the message. There's another young man, in fact, I'll call it Prince Double. He said when he was in Granjida, people brought medicine, vaccine, they drove them out in Granjida. They said, you get out of here, what kind of medicine you come? They don't believe in those things. But if we all on this side, for example, group of Granjidians, medical practitioners, or people who work in the medical field, that have the background, young girls, mothers, fathers, you know what this thing is. Make your video and put it online. You have your own Facebook page. Make your video and put it out. Your relative back home will see the video eventually. When they come from you, the message comes from you. Your people back home will start believing it. And then we're helping, in the process, we're helping the government to be able to disseminate the information as well. But then the question also is, what is the government doing? I'm not worrying about the government. What the government doing? At this time, I'm in it to save life. And I believe all of us need to do that. We need to be in this thing to save life. We need to be in a thing to save life. I will show you a video also from CDC Don't say SAO. I'm talking about CDC, like, bro. Center for Disease Control, or whatever they call themselves. But this is a video of a young man. I had to cut little pieces. I just took what I thought was important, what my people can listen to. A young man, he has diabetes. He's an African-American, black guy. And you know what COVID was doing to us black people? It was devastating our community. And especially if you have an underlying disease. In our situation, our underlying disease in Liberia is poverty. It's poverty. So I'm not even going to say any. I just say that's what I believe. So this young man, let's listen to him. He would hear his wife. They would tell us. It's a very, very sad thing. But as God could have it, he survived it. He survived it. And at the end, he was crying. The medical attention that he got in the United States, we don't have those kinds of medical facility back home to bring those kind of attention to us when we get this thing. And so we ourselves going to have to do our best. Every time you send $50 to a friend, to relative, to brothers and sisters, how many that you tell them, please take care of yourself. This disease is real. They will say, yeah, because they're going to go get their money. They will say, oh, yeah, yeah. But when they leave, whatever. But the point is, and my brother, who is the CEO of Liberia Public Radio, got sick the last time. He got the coronavirus. And this young man, Alfonso Soul, I know him very well. Here myself, we can't move from here over there. In one day time, we'll fight 4-5 times. In one day time. I call him Donald Trump because he can't take mess. He can't take nonsense from nobody. Before you gave him one nonsense, he gave you 5 nonsenses already. But when the disease grabbed Alfonso, he couldn't talk much. So because I call him every day, 4 or 5 times a day. In the morning, we start talking from 4 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock at night. We talk every minute, hour, whatever. But when I call him, he tell he got a disease, it's okay. But I didn't want to show him. I was worried because I know what the disease can do to people. What kind of business is this here? Alfonso? Jesus. I just can't imagine. So I keep talking to him. I try to make some fun and things like that, but he couldn't laugh much. But he didn't want to let onto me that he's sick, which will make every one of us start worrying. So he had to put on the brave face as well. So when I call, some of the song he can be singing when he's ready to provoke me. Some of the song he can be, when I start, he said, my man, that song, I can't sing it right now. Alfonso can't sing right now. It was terrible. But the point that I want to make here is, while he was sick, we, the relatives, were going through a lot of pain. Because we know what the disease can do. And all kinds of things was going through people. The emotion level was high. As God could have it, he came through. He was fine. But after he became better, forget it. New Donald Trump wake up. New Donald Trump wake up. You can't get him. But when we're talking, sometimes he can be serious. He said, my man, this disease. It's like you put cow skin in somebody's throat or sandpaper in somebody's throat. He said, if you want cough, but you can't cough. You want breathe, you can't breathe. This disease is not something to play with. This disease is terrible. It's terrible. Let me play this guy video because that's what we're going to do here today. We're going to be playing video. Now, this is the video of Daniel when he got sick. Let's listen. Samson told LeBron Pub Radio.
I knew as a candidate, being 50, African-American, diabetic, I checked all the boxes, but I never thought I would get it.
So initially, the kind of fatigue and constantly feeling out of it.
I don't remember having a fever. The only thing I had was the cough. And then eventually the cough led to the inability to breathe, and then the diarrhea.
I said, I'll give you one more day, and if you don't look or feel any better by the end of the weekend, we're making an appointment on Monday.
I went to Pimlico, got the test, and then immediately I went over to GBMC.
By the time I came back from the parking lot, they were like, he's admitted. You can't see him. He's already in the COVID unit. None of us kind of knew the gravity of his situation. So I'm glad that he was where he was and he got here in the time that he did.
Shortly after arriving at shock trauma, he was cannulated for VV ECMO. ECMO is extracorporeal membrane oxygenation.
Oxygen is no longer able to enter the body through the lungs at all. And so that's really what the ECMO does. It lets that gas exchange happen in the blood through an external filter. While anyone's on ECMO, they're on very high doses of blood thinners. And a normal tube that is placed as a routine part of ICU care led to bleeding, requiring large doses of blood transfusions.
I was thinking funeral arrangements, making sure everything is okay. Let me get things in order. At some point, every major organ failed. Kidneys, heart, lungs.
Another of the problems Darnell had was acute renal failure. He had to be placed on an additional machine to filter his blood and replace his kidneys.
Phone calls, no in-person visits. I would get daily updates. At one point, we did do a Zoom. I asked the nurse at one point, is he still in there? Is he? And she said, yes, he won't be able to respond, but he can hear you.
He was on ECMO for about 17 days.
ECMO was a lifesaver for him.
Just so happened I was walking into work when he was rolling out of the hospital to go home. Those are the times that we celebrate.
This is hallowed ground. Like, there's people in here right now that are fighting for their lives. I just feel blessed that I was in a situation where I was with a crew of doctors, a team of doctors and nurses who were awesome.
And everyone who played a part in that, I believe he's living for them now.
Within a month, I believe, I was walking around my neighborhood. And now I'm up to 4 miles a day. I'm a miracle child. And I want to fulfill that. I'm here for a reason. I'm sorry. Yeah. Told you, don't make me cry.
There you go. He's a young man. He is 50. But when the disease got him, it did some numbers on him. But the point is, our folks back home, do they have these kinds of capacity? I don't think so. And what is lacking from all indication, what is lacking is the process of communication. I guess one of the things you don't see much is the way they started their first lockdown. What the people like Bruno were being brutalized. It's not happening now. A few is happening from here to there, but it's not as prevalent as it used to be. But this disease, if Liberians do not have the capacity as such that I just show you, can you imagine somebody who is sick, who has an underlying disease, diabetes, heart disease, and when he gets this thing, that's it. That's it. Except for God. But if our brothers and sisters will listen and pay attention to this disease and pay attention to the health workers, the health workers themselves, they also need to pay attention because they need to take the vaccine. Because why will you not take the vaccine and you want to handle sick people? They're going to infect you. And you're going to go home and infect your family without you even knowing. Then instead of you coming to work to take care of the sick people, you're home trying to take care of your family. So this vaccine issue is very important. It's very important. It's very important that our people try to take this vaccine. Okay? I will show you here how the vaccine business come about, and they will explain to us what are some of the research that went into it. These people really did some numbers on this thing. These people, those of you that are in the medical field, you know this vaccine is real. If you're in a medical field, and if you're from Liberia, and you have an idea what this vaccine is capable of doing, please do yourself a video and post it on your timeline. And explain to our brother, if you can speak your dialect, that's fine. If that's what it's going to take for our people, brothers and sisters back home to take this thing serious. Liberia do not have the money. They cannot afford to build hospitals with put beds in it that will be able to have oxygen. You saw this young man here. It's not just oxygen, but he needed dialysis because his kidney was failing. He has failed. They have to try and do blood transfusion. Do we have that kind of capacity back home? Things are difficult as it is. And if you say lockdown, our brothers and sisters, they're going to have to find food. But we need to be heavy. Instead of heavy by the security apparatus, we need to be heavy on the information side. We need to be heavy from the Ministry of Health to make sure these people understand this process. Instead of putting the security apparatus in front, the medical practitioners, the Ministry of Information, they need to send people out front to continue to embark on the process of giving our people the information up and down. We can't just sit down. Okay? Now, let's watch another video. Tonight, plenty of video, brothers and sisters, tonight. Okay. This other video is a simulation from Japan, and they try to tell you how the disease spread. But now, as I explained to you earlier about aerosols and droplets, now you will see with that simulation how this thing works. Now let's listen. Samson to Labro Public.
Researchers in Japan used the supercomputer Fugaku to simulate how the novel coronavirus spreads. They looked at a case in which 4 people are sitting at a dining table and talking without masks on. When someone talks to the person seated in front of them, about 5% of droplets reach the person. When talking to the person sitting diagonally, only 1/4 the amount reach the person. But when looking sideways to talk to the person sitting side by side, more than 25% of droplets reach the person. Researchers also found that fewer droplets spread when the humidity is higher. In an office setting, 6% of cough droplets reached a facing person nearly 2 meters away at 30% humidity. The amount dropped to about 2% at 90% humidity. Researchers recommended the use of humidifiers and other measures to reduce the spread of droplets in the dry winter season. Researchers in Japan used the supercomputer Fugaku to simulate how the novel coronavirus spreads. They looked at a case in which 4 people are sitting at a dining table and talking without masks on. When someone talks to the person seated in front of them, about 5% of droplets reach the person. When talking to the person sitting diagonally, only 1/4 the amount reach the person. But when looking sideways to talk to the person sitting side by side, more than 25% of droplets reach the person. Researchers also found that fewer droplets spread when the humidity is higher. In an office setting, 6% of cough droplets reached a facing person nearly 2 meters away at 30% humidity. The amount dropped to about 2% at 90% humidity. Researchers recommended the use of humidifiers and other measures to reduce the spread of droplets in the dry winter season.
So you heard that, okay? So that's how the disease spread. And if you're wearing masks, it protects that aerosols and droplets coming towards you. The mask protects you. It's important for you to wear the mask. Okay, it's very, very important because the mask will protect you. Okay, so let me show you another video, and I think this video has to do with the vaccine, I believe. So let's hear what they're going to say about this vaccine, because I think it's very important. Let's listen about the vaccine.
First came the virus that had never been seen before, and that spread faster than we could ever imagine. Now we hear there's a safe and effective way to stop it. Vaccines that will protect millions from COVID-19. But can we really know they're safe after less than a year of testing? COVID-19 vaccines may be new, but vaccines are not. We've been using vaccines to protect against infectious diseases for over a century. 2 COVID vaccines are the first authorized vaccines ever to use a new technology, but even that technology, called messenger RNA, has been tested and studied by vaccine researchers for decades. We've learned how to make vaccines better and safer, and we've applied all that knowledge to COVID-19 vaccines. We also had a head start on COVID vaccines thanks to studies the National Institutes of Health had done. Scientists there actually created a vaccine that could be custom-made to fight different strains of coronavirus, like the virus that causes COVID. Using these studies, they were able to make a COVID-19 test vaccine just over a month after the disease was first reported. All vaccines have to be thoroughly tested before they can be marketed. During clinical trials, scientists measure and compare data on volunteers who receive a vaccine to those who receive a placebo, like an injection of saline. Most early clinical trials involve fewer than 3,000 volunteers, so it can take a year or more to get the data needed to measure how well vaccines work. Early clinical trials for COVID vaccines enrolled at least 30,000 volunteers each, so data on safety and performance were collected and analyzed in under 4 months. Vaccines are usually developed one step at a time, and companies wait until they have final approval to start manufacturing them. But addressing this pandemic couldn't wait. So government and industry invested millions of dollars to produce vaccines at the same time their test data was under review. This meant health departments and clinics started getting vaccine shipments a few days after the Food and Drug Administration's rigorous standards for safety were met and the vaccines were authorized for public use. Thanks to extraordinary advances, science, industry, and dozens of government agencies have been able to work together to produce and deliver safe and effective COVID-19 vaccines in record time. Decades of experience and innovation led to this achievement, one that can keep you, your family, and your community safe from a serious and dangerous disease. Learn more, cdc.gov/coronavirus. We can do this.
you have it. CDC.gov. If you put CDC.gov in there, you're not from Maria on that one. No, but on a very serious note, they've tested, in a trial, 30,000 volunteers in 4 months. So these people have gone through to test that. This vaccine is safe. It's safe. And we need to make our people to understand their concern is legitimate. Even here in the United States, you still have other people that don't even want to take it. But we, those of us who have taken it, we should tell our brothers and sisters that this thing is safe. If this is what's going to bring down the disease from spreading all over, then we need to carry that message forward. I would think this government, our government, because it is their job to protect us. It's not just protecting us against people trying to spread of false rumors. It's not just protecting us, people trying to arm robs and things like that. But it's their job to protect us and our properties. So one of the things that perhaps you would think they would want to do, contact CDC here in the United States. Let them come and get on the public radio station all over Monrovia. Let them express what is happening, how these things happen, and then you have interpreter. This is one of the things that used to happen back in the days. ERWA, ERBC. They have country people that will come and spread the news. So whatever is happening in Monrovia, people way in the village, if they have their radio, they will yay. I'm not too sure what is happening right now. But like I said, this is nothing with politics. I'm simply saying that our brothers and sisters who are our leaders, we expect them to protect us. And these are some of the ways to protect us. We heard Dr. Weah went to France the other day, and something good is coming, and we appreciate that. We appreciate it, but they need to do more. They need to do more. I got 3 more video, and I'm not going to be here that long tonight. But here's another video. Okay, if you put the mask on, and try to cough or sneeze, the droplets and the aerosol goes back into your face. It don't come out much. And if it come out, they don't go too far distance. So the mask you're wearing, it's not just to protect the people you're talking to or facing, but it also protect yourself, not only protect you, but it also protect the people because you're wearing the mask, and the mask it's not going, it won't allow you to spread the disease outside because it's an airborne disease. Okay, let's watch this. Samson to LeBron Public Radio.
Scientists at Japanese Research Institute, RIKEN, and other entities use the supercomputer Fugaku to study how coronavirus droplets spread beyond. A simulation shows that coughing while wearing a cotton mask reduced the spread of droplets by about 70%, while a no-woven mask was 80% effective. Researchers said although face shield can prevent the spread of large droplets, the preventative device is limited in blocking fine particles. The study also showed how droplets spread when someone coughed repeatedly in auditorium or concert hall. The particles did not go very far when the subject wore a mask, but a person not wearing any face coverings transmitted droplets to the row in front. Scientists at Japanese Research Institute, RIKEN, and other entities use the supercomputer Fugaku to study how coronavirus droplets spread beyond. A simulation shows that coughing while wearing a cotton mask reduced the spread of droplets by about 70%, while a no-woven mask was 80% effective. Researchers said although face shield can prevent the spread of large droplets, the preventative device is limited in blocking fine particles. The study also showed how droplets spread when someone coughed repeatedly in auditorium or concert hall. The particles did not go very far when the subject wore a mask, but a person not wearing any face coverings transmitted droplets to the row in front.
There you have it. That how when you wear the mask, it's not only protecting you, you're also helping to decrease the spread of the disease as you speak or cough or sneeze. Okay? So the mask does a lot of things. And my brother, Mr. Davis, yeah, but we got to spread the news. We just got to spread it. I mean, I'm not too sure what to say because I'm not too sure why the government, if there's no vaccine in Liberia, what did they do? I don't know. But all I'm saying, if they have it, and there's a way over there, they should take it. That's all that I'm saying. Okay? So let me show you another. I got two more to go, and then we'll call it quit for the evening. But I'm not doing politics tonight, to be honest with you. Because how we're going to even talk politics and try to condemn or demand if our brothers and sisters are dying. Those who are supposed to be voting for us are dying. Then what is the point? What is the essence of the politics? I don't understand that. But let's play this other video. This is the video they're going to tell us now about hand washing, how important hand washing is with respect to the coronavirus. Samson Todd, Liberian Public Radio.
Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Ann Schuckett, Principal Deputy Director of CDC. Keeping hands clean is one of the most effective ways to prevent the spread of many contagious illnesses, such as COVID-19 or the flu. Clean hands help to keep you and your family from getting sick. Practicing good hand hygiene means washing hands with soap and water for 20 seconds. If soap and water are not readily available, use a hand sanitizer with at least 60% alcohol. Always wash your hands at key times when you are likely to get and spread germs, such as before and after preparing food or eating, after using the toilet, after coughing, sneezing, or blowing your nose and throwing away the tissue. During the COVID-19 pandemic, it becomes even more critical to clean hands before and after touching your face mask, and before and after touching your eyes, nose, or mouth. Remember, keep cleaning those hands with soap and water. Do it often, and do it for 20 seconds.
One more to go. Like I said, LPR is doing its best here to spread the message, how we need to protect ourselves as brothers and sisters, because it's very important that we understand this disease. And we're doing our best here this evening. So we'll do another one more, hand washing. This is the last video of the evening. And this particular show, I'm going to do it again on Saturday, but it's going to be Saturday early in the morning, so our brothers and sisters back home will have the opportunity to watch as well. So if there's anything here that perhaps you think I need to change, many of you, if you have a video or any idea of a video what you think I need to do to improve this, please just go into LPR inbox and send us information where you think we can go to get information, because we want to do this thing as brothers and sisters together. So if you have idea, perhaps you're part of the medical field, but you don't have the time to do your video, but you have an idea what you think we need to do, just send us a message, and let me put out here where you can send me a message as well. Mr. So is there too, but let me just show you T-O. Okay, you can send it to this person here, and I will get it. I don't know why it's not coming on. Okay, if you send it in here, it's supposed to be. So why is it not coming on? Okay, let me see. It should be okay. Yeah, right there towards you. If you send me a message in there, I'll be able to get it. And then we have the abilities here to put a video together and try to fix it in a way that will be presentable. So don't worry if you send your message. In fact, if you just do a recording, your own recording in your own dialect, and you say in your dialect where you're coming from and stuff, and then send it to me, I will put all of those videos together. I have the abilities here. We have a software. We can put all of those videos together and play it as one. If we all need to come together. We cannot let the disease try to defeat us. And many of you right now that are watching, you know what I'm talking about. It's very important. And you know it's serious. Because this disease not only going to hurt the people, but it's also going to be slowing us down here. Because if your brother, remember, many of us, our relatives, how do they live back home? They live in one house. 14, 15 family members. They don't all have their own houses. What do? Especially those of us from the countryside. We eat from the same pan. What happened? When your mom and all the women finish cooking for one man, got 5 wives, got all the children, what they do? They bring the food on the table. All the women bring their food on the table. And the children eat from one pan. So if any one of those people, anybody within that group of that family, if that person gets the disease is going to spread. And if you're here as relative, somebody who is trying, first of all, you're trying your best to go to school. You don't have that big job to be able to make the kind of money to be able to support them. But yes, still you're doing your best. You're going to school and working just so that you can be able to send 1 or 2 cents back home. And if you hear somebody, relatives, your brother, your sister, God forbid, get this disease, and it's spreading in a house, first thing, you won't be able to continue your school because your mind will not allow you. Second, you don't have enough money to be able to support the family back home. What's the next thing you're going to be doing? It's going to be draining emotionally because you're going to be worrying about it. And if you're not careful, you might even get sick here in the United States or in the diaspora. So it's very important that we let our brothers and sisters get this information. We cannot wait for the government. We cannot say the government will do it. No. So those of you that are watching me, if you have the ability to do your video, your cell phone video, you can download it into my messenger to watch Yaro. It's right there. I just sent it. It's down there. Nobody have done anything. It's there anyway. So you'll be able to see it. And send it to me. I can put all of them together and even give it to Mr. So he will be able to play them. Because we want to be one of those that help our brothers and sisters with the information process. Not everything we should wait for government, my people. This one, we shouldn't wait for government. Let them take their $15,000 and go their way. We have relatives back home. Let's support our relatives. Let them take their 15, 30,000 and go their way. That's their business. But our brothers and sisters, must not die if we know we can give them the information to help them. Let me show you the last videos. This is about hand washing. Sam Cinto, Labron Pobredo.
Stop germs in their tracks. Make an effort to wash your hands and do it often. It really does the trick in helping stop the spread of those icky, yicky germs that can leave us feeling so awful. Yes, you can use hand sanitizer, but when you have a sink nearby, wash your hands with soap and water, and do it for at least 20 seconds. The temperature of the water doesn't matter. Wash your hands after you sneeze, cough, or use the bathroom. Do it after you touch a dirty door. Do it after you shake hands. Do it in front of your children so they learn from your example. So put your hand up if you're going to remember to wash your hands often. Brought to you by the University of Maryland Medical System. Stop germs in their tracks. Make an effort to wash your hands and do it often. It really does the trick in helping stop the spread of those icky, yicky germs that can leave us feeling so awful. Yes, you can use hand sanitizer, but when you have a sink nearby, wash your hands with soap and water, and do it for at least 20 seconds. The temperature of the water doesn't matter. Wash your hands after you sneeze, cough, or use the bathroom. Do it after you touch a dirty door. Do it after you shake hands. Do it in front of your children so they learn from your example. So put your hand up if you're going to remember to wash your hands often. Brought to you by the University of Maryland Medical System.
Okay? So, folks, that will be the end of the show tonight. I have not seen Mr. George yet, but I'm going to put my number up there. Anybody you want to give me a call, we'll take few calls if you want to give me a call and give your own contribution. We'll take few calls. Other than that, we will excuse ourselves because this has been a very big deal. And we're just doing our best here. Okay, the line is open. Let me put my number up there so you can give me a call. Samson to Liberia Public Radio. Give me a call. While we're waiting for your call, we're going to put a number here. Okay. And give me your feedback on it. Okay, give me a call here. And that's the number. Give us a call and see what I'm saying here tonight. If it's not something that we all need to do as brothers and sisters. Because I truly believe we need to do that. We need to do that because it's very important. It's very important. Because without it kinds of stuff, what do we do? Okay? 916-533-2048. Okay, that's my number. So give me a call here and see if you want to contribute. If not, I don't see Mr. George here tonight, so most likely he's not here with us either. So, okay, let me take this call. Samson to Liberia Public Radio. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
This is James David calling from Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Tour, we talk to our people in Liberia every day to take this vaccine, but whenever they go, they say the vaccine is not available. They say they just brought a second batch. They don't even, the 4 people that wanted the 4 batch is not even available for them.
Wow.
Even yesterday, my pastor was preaching private Baptist. I used to get in the morning. The pastor apologized to people yesterday. You can listen to private yesterday. Private Baptist Church. Pastor Reverend Reed apologized yesterday because people went to go to the vaccine and they're not available. The vaccine was not available. So he apologized to people. They must come. Maybe next Sunday they're going to be available. All the churches, they think they go pay the town hall. Get people living there. It's not there. The hospital, no vaccine there. They say only the second batch. It's not even correct for to reach the second. All the second people say there's no vaccine in the country.
Wow.
Hello?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you.
You can make a whole research. You can call somebody from there, whatever vaccine available. And one of my major things is the president should not be mute. You must be talking about it or the time Donald Trump is to have press conference. You must not mute yourself from the public again. You got to be briefing the public on whatever going on with the health thing. You shouldn't be mute. You should look at the example from the United States because always compare our country with the United States. So all those are supporting the government whosoever, because when you say something positive to them, they say opposition. But I know me an opposition. So let them be talking to the public instead of keeping mute to the public. Let them inform the public every week. They address the nation, address the issue, how far they're going to update us. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Well, folks, that's one of the reasons why we do these. So now we have this young man coming and telling us that there's no vaccine in the country as far as he's concerned. I'm not quite aware of that. And so those of you that have information on these things, that's why we do these things, please let us know. And so that when we come onto public gathering or public platform and what have you, we'll be able to spread this to our brothers and sisters. I wish the people would tell us what these vaccines are, the location, so that we can start publicizing that. You know, we can't just say that. But anyway, we'll do our best. We only can give information that we have. We can't give information that we don't have. And so I'm not going to speculate as to whether they have it or don't have it. Okay? So I have not seen Mr. George this evening. So I would just say, Mr. David, thank you very much for that information. I know people are listening. Those who are going to replay it later, they will hear it. And like I said, we'll come back here on Saturday and do it again. Now, this is not your regular LPR, we're going to get it, we're going to do it. This is not a time. This is a very, very serious problem. This disease has no army uniform. You can't attack it from a military perspective. You can think like one and attack it as, as a group, and we will succeed. We will win. This disease can't defeat us. But just like war, people will die. I understand that. But this one, we should be able to minimize the death among us. Why? Because we should be able to have control. All right, folks. Samson told Liberia Public Radio. I'm going to excuse myself here. Yeah, it's about an hour. So that's the time we have for you here this evening. Before we leave, please, not only in Liberia, here in America, the new variants that the Delta variant, they said when they get you, can devastate you. So please continue to protect yourself. Don't let your guard down yet. People say, oh, when you've already vaccinated, you don't need a mask. Okay, I still wear my mask. When I go out places, I still wear my gloves. People laugh. People look at me like I'm stupid. No, not that I don't trust it, but this thing here, with the king, I'm going to make sure that it goes the same way. So protect yourself. Protect yourself. Don't let your guard down. And those of you that are yet to take the vaccine, please go and do so. Because the more you have the vaccine, the more things going to open up to all of us. Samson told Liberia Public Radio, I want to thank all of you again tonight at this time. And since we're not getting a call, we'll just say good night to all of you. But that's not going to stop us from doing our job. That's not going to stop us from doing our job. We will continue to do our job. This is the responsibility that we decided to take on, which is to be in Liberia Public Radio, disseminate information. And if we put ourselves in that position, we should also be able to disseminate bad or good information. It doesn't matter. But we should be able to do so. And we've been doing this thing here for the last, 11, 12 years, 13 years, and we're still going strong. Thank God. So we're here. LPR. Thank you very much. Good night, folks.